Hello. In this short video, I want to walk through what we've shipped as part of the 4.1.1 version of the Chocolatey license extension. So the first question is, what did we break? This is a bug fix release, and it's come out quite quickly after the release of 4.1.0. And the reason for that is, unfortunately, we found a couple of things that were big enough that they warranted an immediate bug fix release. So in a previous version of Chocolatey license extension, we added the ability for Chocolatey license extension to know whether or not a feature that you were attempting to enable and disable was actually expected to be in the current Chocolatey CLI version you currently have. Now, that's a lot of words, and I don't think I've really explained what that means, but in a previous version of Chocolatey CLI, we removed a deprecated feature. We removed the checked script last exit code feature. So we physically removed the feature from Chocolatey CLI, and it no longer exists. What we found was that in Chocolatey license extension, you could still walk up and run Choco feature enable check script last exit code. Now, that didn't make sense because you're enabling and disabling a feature that's no longer physically used within Chocolatey CLI. So we thought that didn't make any sense anymore. So we thought that we had correctly prevented the enabling and disabling of a feature that no longer existed in the system. What we actually found was that we completely broke the ability to enable and disable any features if you happen to be on a professional license. So we quite quickly fixed that problem, and that's why we're shipping 4.1.1. And while we were doing that, we also found a small issue with regard to the admin-only sources and the filtering out of those based on what your Chocolatey license type is. So what that's about is that in Chocolatey open source, you can define lots of different sources, but you can also set a parameter on one of those sources, which is, well, make this source admin only. Chocolatey open source doesn't do anything with that attribute. So even if you set it, Chocolatey open source will just say there's a source available because you've created a source. But within Chocolatey license extension, it will then filter out those sources based on the current user context. So if the current user is not an admin and a source has been marked as admin only, that source will be filtered out, and you can't request packages from that sources, and you can't list packages from those sources because they're admin only. What we found was that it wasn't filtering it out consistently based on the Chocolatey license type that's in play. So we made that some modifications to ensure that it always shows the correctly filtered out sources based on all of the available license types. So that's it. A couple of small big bug fixes there. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. But for now, that's it. Thank you very much.